5. And then it'd be 1. Oh, and that needs to be 2. No, all of our previous notes are gone, because they have to be. This new game. Hello, new game. Hello. Lord Papas. So, we did, in fact... And, before I even get started, I don't stream tonight. I don't. I'm just late, or it's late, and I'm just bored. So we're going to stream. And it's a little late. Sorry. The intro to this game is text. It's so-and-so plus so-and-so plus so-and-so, and then a game company, and then Dragon Quest V, just letters. Dragon Quest V, presents Dragon Quest V. And then it goes straight to begin a new adventure. There's no, like the other one where like there was the castle in the clouds, or on 2 where like the 3 main characters, nothing. It's begin a new adventure. And then this is the first thing that happens. Your character, or Lord Papas, walks back and forth like 2 or 3 times. And then this dialogue appears. It's a different approach. It's interesting. I'm used to the very ostentatious, orchestral Dragon Quest remake openings where it's like the crashing sounds of the cymbals and the whole orchestra, and there's clouds and maybe a castle, maybe a dragon. It's big to do. This one's just text, text, text. Begin a new adventure. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, here we are, so this is start. You can actually watch the end of the last VOD, the last, like, maybe 5 minutes to see what I'm talking about, but that's all it is, so. Good toots. Oh, I don't have my headphones plugged in. That's why something seems weird. Hold on. The microphone's plugged in, but the headphones are not. Oh god, that's gonna be so loud. Hold on. Turn it down on my end. Yours is still fine. Alright, let's see what happened. Alright, not bad, not bad. So now, we've done a loop, so now we're coming back around to Dragon Quest V. I'm not gonna say I have the dungeons memorized. We might end up having to reference a map or 2, but I feel like we're coming along to a loop that I'm remembering a little more each time. I have a blanket, there is a kitten under it. And the other one, I said hi to her. She's inside. Now we're gonna press the A button. Congratulations, Lord Papas. He is a really cute boy. Ah. That's all we got. Ah. Martha. Honey. Although they call her Martha, I want to say she's called Mada, technically. Because it's like, the play on the whole Mama Papa thing. So it's like Mada. And then your character's name is Mada's son. And then Papas. Because it's the Papa. You know, it's a funny play on words, so I'm a little surprised the translation's already made her Martha. What the hell with it, we'll keep going. My name. Tonura. I like how she handles this. She's like, that's a really great name, but I was thinking... That's an okay name. But if you like it, then... but honey, if you like it, then totally we'll call him that. Oh, the animation is cute. Do those sprites too. Oh, here we go. This is fun. It's actually after you do the first bit. There we go. I meant to turn up my volume and I just hit some other button. I wonder what I just did. Oh no, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hit F5. I don't know what that did. Do it again. Oh, it's calling to a file that doesn't exist. My mistake. I've ruined the intro. I'm fired, I quit. Okay. Alright, so I have to put in an input, I'm assuming. First thing though, important to remember that, as we saw in Dragon Quest VI, this is actually the last story in the Zenithian trilogy. Now, I'm trying to remember, because we just did 4. We found the Zenithian tower. The tower was intact. We climbed up the tower and made it to the Zenithian, to the cloud thing that took us up to the actual castle. The castle's already flying. Now, I wanna say in 6, you restore the tower? And then in 5... Yeah, because we flew the balloon, we didn't fly the castle. At some point we fly the castle. Oh, it is this one, because of the things that happen in the plot for the thing and then for the other thing, I think. And then in this one you fly the castle, and then in 6, the castle... Where is the castle in 6? The 6, it's underwater? No, that's this one. Oh, jeez. Let's just go. I'm not gonna remember. Ryuka, you're awake. Had a dream? Fresh air. Alright, well. You're little me. Look at me. I'm little. Little Ryuka. Oh, we should get a, Oh, shoot, we didn't do that. Oh no, we can. We can still do it. Because up on the top, we have Dragon Quest 1, and then the 3 characters from 2, and then 3. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll scooch out Moonbrook and Canic, and then scooch over 4. But what I could do now, because of 5 for the NES version, we could take Sophia and put her up there. We could certainly do that right now. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I wonder how big she is, because she actually, I didn't work on her last night. Let's see what we have here. Why is this blank? This should have Sophia and the gang. Maybe it's the other paint? Oh, it is the other paint. Alright, let me switch these. Let me switch the source then. This one? No? This one? Yes. So this is the screenshot we got last night from our mirror copies, which is what I wanted to happen anyway. Our mirror copies from the from in-game, the photocopiers. And this is obviously in the battle itself. So we're going to, I want to save this whole thing, and then we're going to take that Sophia, and we're going to use her as the sprite that'll be in our upper left corner, because that's the version we played online here on this very channel, on this very radio station that you're listening to right now. So you control all, and we're going to scooch them. We're going to get emulator just off the edge. This way, just off the edge. And then on the bottom, we'll do the same. Where's... There it is. This way. Getting drinking water. Doo 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 doo. Let me move this for you. There you go. We're gonna zoom in, that's right. Sorry, I was momentarily distracted by the kitten. Not her fault, my fault. Where's the damn thing? Oh, there it is. Take it right up to the edge. Right where it's there, I think that's it. No, not quite. One more. There we go. And then the same thing over here, because that gray border is also not needed. I think it's so lucky that we got the exact fight that I was looking for in game. Do we have an exact... Well, it explains everything right here. This is the exact fight we're looking at. Fun. It's really cool. So I think I'll just go ahead and save this as. So we'll do save as. And you can't see my dialog box, I'm sorry, but I'm typing. Let's see, we're gonna do DQ4. NES. Photocopier sprites, I guess, is good. That's what I know them as, photocopiers. I know they're actually called something else in the NES version, but... So, let's see. Photocopier sprites. Float. Oh, copier sprites. Yeah. Photocopier sprites. That's all I can do, really. Photocopier sprites main 4. Yeah, I guess. Main 4 characters. Yeah. Alright, cool. We'll save that. Now that's saved. Now we're gonna have some fun. We wanna take out Sophia. Isolate Sophia. Come with me. Then, I don't know how we're going to do it, because if her color's already white, a little unsure how to proceed, if I'm being perfectly honest. So, how wide are those? 1, 2, okay, so it's too wide. They doubled the pixel size, so she showed up as X2 of what her ground sprite is. So if I go like 1, 2, 1, 2, now it's full size. Then I just got to pull down the whole sheet to proper size. I could probably do this for the other 4 too, but eh. One, 2. Then up against the shield. 1, 2. Okay, so that's her, but would that look good? Let's take a look. Because it would be a black box next to the hero from 3. But if I don't change the white to something else, the problem's going to be that if I pull, let's do magenta for instance, right? So if I pull the magenta out, right? Whoosh, but then again, I'm looking at it. These characters are all 100% edge to edge. So I should take out this silhouette I've given, this edge right here. I should take this out then. This edge right here. So I think we'll do that. Oh, sleepy kitten. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now it can be edge to edge. Although she's square, or virtually square, I think. And this is the actual Photocop, or the you know what I mean, in-game sprite. So this is the one we're 100% going to use, even though it's obviously a huge drop in visual quality from the female hero under the number, the third 5 in 65535. So we're going to, she's got blue, she's got green in her hair, so I think we're going to go with the magenta backdrop, so we can then use the chroma key to pull out everything magenta, and that should in theory leave the green and the blue intact. And once again, it's another dialogue. I apologize, you can't see it. Okay, add to custom colors. Custom colors, okay, you can see that just changed. Boop, 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 and boop. Now, the other thing we have to consider is the size of the sprite itself. This sprite is 30 by 32. So she's a little rectangular, but mostly a square. And I think it's this foot right here that actually makes her a little taller than wide. That might be an issue, because if we look at our other sprites, this one's relatively square, and then Dragon Quest 1 is relatively square. Dragon Quest 2, 3, or 2 characters A, B, and C are all relatively square. This one, from 3, she's actually, I want to say she's 16 by 32. I also need to know what her resolution is, because I know I blew her up when I, let's see. When I adjusted her for the, lineup. So I need to find, where are my layers? Here we go. Dragon Quest 3 Hero. So let me go to transform, edit transform. She ends up being 42 by 64. So I know that this sprite at least has to be doubled. The actual file, and we can do this by looking at, bring paint back up. So many layers. I have so many little stickers on this thing. Here we go. So right now she's 30 by 32. She'll be 64-ish. And then we have to do this. And actually no, that'll delete the file we're working on if we do that. So let me open up a second occurrence of paint. That's probably why this one's open and blank. Open Dragon Quest 3. Save so many backgrounds from that game. Hero? Dragon Quest 3 Hero as the Queen. Dragon Quest 3. Okay, Lady Hero. Let's see what her dimensions are 300 by 460. So it looks like I added a 0. 300 by 460. Because that's, she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know you can't see what I'm pointing at. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. She's a times 2.0 from her original size. Because she would have been 15 by 30, I think. So she's 15 by 30. And our friend here is 30 by 32. And then she ended up 300 because it was times 20. we only need to do times 10 to get her to be the same size that we can work with. Because with OBS, if you make the sprite too small and then you stretch it out, it distorts and the sprite actually gets very fuzzy. Obviously I want to avoid that. So we're going to resize, and this is something else I do too. And I don't know because it's a weird jinx or something innate to MS Paint. When I upsize the entire thing at once, the sprite sometimes gets fuzzy. So I do the canvas first, and then I do the image. So we're going to do the and again, you cannot see the dialogue that I'm looking at right now. I would need to do add image for each dialogue box that I'm doing, and that's a little excessive. So I'm just going to add a 0 to both statistics, making 300, or making 30 into 300 and 332 into 320. Then we're going to come back in. We're going to grab our whole character. A little too wide. There, see how the edges are just on the inside? And when we let go, it's just at the edges. I'm gonna go to resize, and again, you can't see what I'm looking at, but just trust me that's happening. We're inputting the canvas size now, 320 by 300, or 300 by 320. We hit OK, and now you see she's flipping huge. But that's fine. We want that additional resolution, because now we can see that at 100%, this down here, I think you can see my mouse. And oh, you can't see my mouse, I'm sorry. The 100 resolution down here. This is 100%. So now I can make her bigger and I can make her smaller. The computer won't have to, or OBS won't end up smushing her too much as an end result. So we'll just save her as is, and then we'll just add her as an image source, and then we'll proceed. Save as Dragon Quest IV, right on there, which still has the old title, the photocopier. So Dragon Quest IV, NES, Sophia. Sprite, yes. Because she is Sophia. Well, I guess the word sprite's kind of redundant. This whole file's full of sprites. Okay. Now we can close the paint, and I'll turn off the paint too, just so I don't accidentally bloop it later. Then we come down to OBS, we add an image. We're going to call it, because always name your images or else it's going to say image 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you're ever looking for something, you're like moving things around a lot, you're going to get confused, and you're going to have to go through every single image to figure out which one you're. Alternatively, you can hope you can click on the right image if they're not stacked improperly. But as you can see, I have a ton of stickers, so I named them to make it easier. And it's TQ for Sophia, because she has a canon name. I don't think the character from 3 did, and that's why I left it as Hero. Let's see. Sophia. We go to Browse. Go to whatever file you have. I have everything in in a 4-stream file. That's the name of the file. And then just scroll down to your image. In this case is 4NES Sophia. Then click open. And now she's up there. Then we click OK. That's taken care of. Now we're going to do really quick Control E, because we have to. Actually, I should have done that second, but we'll never mind. We'll do this first. We will do filters, which does not have a shortcut, I don't think. So we'll just go down to filters, add a new filter, chroma key. Name of the filter is chroma key. Just confirm that. And now you can see by green by default, it's changed and made her, made the green aspects of her character invisible to the point where it's both confusing and funny. So you change that key color type from green, and again, I know you can't see this, but just if you were to follow along step by step, key color type would be magenta. And now it flips, but we've also lost her blue because it's pulling any color that's close to the goal color. So what we need to do is isolate the magenta color. In theory, we could have done this with the green. So similarity, I prefer to have that at 360. It's just a number I have with all of my work that I have up there. So 360, you can see she started to fade in. That's similarity, which goes from 1 to 1000. Smoothness, which also goes from 1 to 1000, and I just dropped that to 1. Key color spill reduction, and I put that down to 1. You can see it brought up her hue a little bit. Opacity is something else you could mess with too. You can make her casually like a ghost. And then contrast, brightness, and gamma, those are other 3 figures that we don't really need to mess with, but I'll show them quickly. So contrast would just do what it says it does. Get that back down to 0. There we go. Brightness, obviously, is brightness. Although she looks pretty cool with black hair, I'm not gonna lie. And then gamma, which I'm assuming is some sort of luminosity. I honestly don't know what gamma is, but it's in pretty much any editor you're going to use. At some point I should learn what it is. But either way, that's the sprite. So now we just need to get her positioned. So for starters, we're going to grab her and hope she pops to the edge. And it looks like she did. She pops hopefully to the right edge of the character we're going to put her next to. Then it's a matter of resizing, so we grab her by her corner and drag her until she's the correct size. And we're gonna have her be, let's have her be the same dimensions as the Dragon Quest 1 character. So we're gonna go back and then click on the Dragon Quest 1 character, get his red box highlighted, Control E, and that spits out our dimensions. He's 50 by 50. So now she can't be 50 by 50 because she's a different size. But we can make her, say, 50 by something. So she could be 50 by 54. But it's still relatively the same ratio. Relatively. So right now she is 51 by 54. How about that? So we could probably squeak her just a little bit smaller. That is 48 by 51, that's a little too small. And I'm doing this with the arrows so I maintain her aspect ratio. She is 49 by 52. Let's give it one more. She is 50 by 53. That will work. Now, her position is not perfect, because we can see that she's not lined up exactly to the hero from 3. So we're going to red highlight her again by either clicking her or selecting her in the sources menu. Drop menu sources list. Take her and you drag her until she pops to it. You see how she's kind of bouncing around? She's popping to things. She's not moving smoothly at all as I move her around. She's popping to other boxes that are already on the screen. It's like she'll pop to the side of Elena. She'll pop to the side of Eva. She'll pop to the side of the other various boxes, and then the sprites up here, she'll probably try to pop to them too. So we can get her to pop onto the side of a Dragon Quest 3 hero, and then we just let go. Now, what I just this instant noticed is their eyes are pretty much on the same sight line. I think Dragon Quest 3 hero might be a hair higher than the others. So we're gonna hit Control E again, because she's still Dragon Quest 4 hero is still highlighted, right? So Control E, and then on this is not just size, but it's also position. The first position is your X value. That's your left right, but we know she's right because she popped to the side of the other sprite. The Y value is where we need to line her up, and that's the second number, the number that's on the right. So for instance, right now her position is 242 pixels from the left. She is 75 pixels from the top. There's different ways to adjust this, but this is what it's going to default to. Top positional alignment is going to be top left and no bounds. So she's going to pop to the top left, as you saw when she first popped up and she was really big and she was missing a bunch of colors. But anyway, position 242, that's correct. 75, we need to adjust. So you can type it in, or you can just use the arrows. I'm going to increase this number until she's just about in level, eye level, with everybody else. I think that might have been one too far. Let me take a close look here with my eyes. My special eyes. I'm actually going to get a ruler. Do this without breaking my screen. Plastic ruler. If you ever touch your screen, use plastic. You don't accidentally break everything. Now, it's a not perfectly rounded edge ruler, but it looks like she's pretty much on level with everyone. Let me try putting it up here. It's kind of hard. This ruler is not the perfect thing for this, actually. But would also work as a small note card or a piece of paper. This is actually what I would do in the old days to make sure things were lined up, would be to get a note card or a piece of paper or something like that. We're going to use a canceled check that I have lying around because I don't know how to spell names. Looks like they're all pretty much lined up. Although I think it looks like the Princess of Moonbrook sets a precedent for being a little higher than the other characters. Yeah, it does. We can fix that too while we're here. So let's see what the positions are. We can go just straight down the line and adjust their positions. So we'll close this for now. We're going to go to Prince Mechanic. We're going to Control E. His position is 80. Moonbrook, her position is 80. So it's some sort of optical illusion to her actual height. She may actually just be a shorter character than her counterparts. But when I lined them all up using 80 as the reference point, then she ended up being higher because her hat is shorter, if you understand what I mean. Because her sprite to eye level is shorter a distance. So we're going to increase that to 82. That should take care of it. Close that. Going to adjust the hero from 3 next. Going to make, she's at 72. We're going to increase her to 74 for her Y position. And then for Sophia, we are going to do the same again and increase her to 84. That should now have them all pretty much at the same eye level. Now, the follow-up question is, does having them all at eye level look good? To my eye, I'd say yes. The hardest part is that Sophia is a white with blue and green sprite, so she's actually a little hard to see on that cloud behind her. Alternatively, we could go in and darken the entire background, but then I think it would be harder to see. Well, for one thing, if I darken the background, it's going to darken all of the background, which includes the boxes and everything else. So I don't think I'll do that. She'll just have to live it being a little harder to see for the moment. I have to look and see when the first re-release was. Maybe we can update her sprite. Yeah, their eyes are pretty much, on what I can see, they're pretty much level. So I can put that away. Need to set that over there. And then I was using, like I said, I was using a ruler to actually visually line them up. But now I know that their eyes are all nicely lined up. So that's what I was going for. Their eye line is roughly the same. Because otherwise, if the eye lines aren't the same, your characters are going to end up looking taller. The Princess of Moonbrook is not taller. She's actually a little shorter than the other two characters by sprites. When you're also dealing with different size sprites, like the Dragon Quest III sprite is, I think we established it was like 30 by... It was 30 by something inordinate, like 30 by 54 or something wonky like that. if they're not all on eye line and you do them purely by the where their feet are per se, it creates as if they're in a lineup, and I think that would look a little visually odd, and I like it better as having them as just little stickers on the screen as opposed to, for instance, just to their right, you see the sprites from the different games for the bunny girls. They are lined up by height, and they're all basically standing on that white line. But that's for a reason, because Prima Donna, the blonde, is a large sprite, and she has a lot of detail, and I didn't want to lose that by making her super tiny. And then I did eventually, and we finally got caught up to it. We added Vivian, who is the prototype, who would evolve into Prima Donna in the remake. But because her sprite has an integral background, so if you delete the color black or replace it with magenta, parts of her disappear too, just like you saw earlier with Sophia. Because that sprite's many colors and a lot more complex, it would take a lot more work to replace the black correctly, and I couldn't do justice to what the original designer did, I think. So I just decided to leave her black, put in a text box that said Vivian, like it's a little poster on the wall. Because of that, the space from Prima Donna's knee and her staff, the usable space heading left increases in height. So here we have a little bunny girl, a slightly taller bunny girl, and then at the moment our tallest bunny girl. Not counting Prima Donna, she's obviously the tallest. On the left, we're using them as stickers, and we're sort of spacing them somewhat equally between the lower white gameplay window and the 655 logo. So that's why they're lined up by eye. Now, when I have, because right now we're playing 5, so we'll be adding probably one of the two sprites, I'm not sure whom yet. Either the child sprite, we'll probably get a screenshot of that, and then our middle-aged sprite, and then we'll choose between the two to put up there. And then when 6 comes along, we're going to grab the main character sprite from that one and put it next. By that point, we'll probably have another bunny girl under our wing too, so the two groups will actually be butting into each other. I think what I do when I come to that point is I'll have to make a tough decision about which characters I'm going to keep and which stickers I'm going to take away. Like, for instance, in the top right corner, you can see I have most entries of, or several entries out of the slime family, and then a dragon. There's so many sprites, I could have kept going. It would have ran right across that open space, right across the word notes, right across the top of Prima Donna's head. So I decided to just stop there. Plus, it's a good color palette right there. But I'll worry about that later. That's something that we have down the line. And then we have, of course, Elena and Ashlyn in between our chat window and our video game window. But those are the more advanced sprites from the DS version. They look good, and I'm going to leave them. And then we have Eva hanging out in the corner. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there she is. So the next thing we would have to do is go back to the game and actually play it. Let me adjust my cord length here. There we go. We have a cute little sprite. And I'm not hearing anything, but I think that's just because we're... Yeah, that's just because we're inside and there's no noise. We'll wait for his little left foot to kick out. 1, 2, 3. I think I got it. Then we'll go back to paint. Drop in the whole thing. Yep, we got his little foot. We'll turn on paint again. Should try to be finding the active paint. There it goes. Zoom all the way out. Push it all the way down. Zoom all the way in. Oh, still a little more. All the way in. Now, we're not going to keep doing this tonight. I'm just doing this to get things started. So this is Our little kid sprite. This is when we are a child. And let's measure his, we will measure his just because I am curious. He is approximately about there and right about there. He's approximately 14 by 17. So he's a good size to use. And then we'll worry about the actual, like, process of filling him in later, because this is already zoomed in 800%, and it's hard to at that size. We could alternatively get the secondary sprite with his right foot forward, and then it looks like he's standing. You'll see with some of the other sprites I already did that edit. So let's see if we can catch him. Right. I think we got it. Control V, paste in the whole thing. The whole gosh darn thing. He should be a little to the right. We'll zoom out just a touch. There he is. Those are our two sprites that we can work with later. And it's going to be tricky too, because he's obviously got a little shoe and his little leg sticking out. But if we were to simply do this, right? Actually, no, that looks okay. We could probably just do something like that. But we'll work on that later. I'll worry about that later offline. We're not taking up everyone's time. And I do this as a preliminary thing too, because my computer will be trying to run OBS, trying to run the game, trying to run like Iridium and a couple other programs in the background. And it's trying to have that entire screenshot in its forebrain just in case I go back to Paint. So that's where I've run into in previous instances while streaming where the computer suddenly slows down because I have 16 paints open and they're all giant files. So I tend to shrink it down because now it's 39 by 26. This will be fine. Like, minimize that so I don't have to look at it, and then I toggle it off so you don't have to look at it, and now we can continue with the dang game. That's a good set. That's a good bonk. Good bonk. I do have to tell it to search. What is that, a little beer he's got on the table? It's a cute little mug. Oh no, we have half steps. So does that mean I can get to that barrel? Okay. Or will it just force me up the stairs? The answer is no, I can get to that barrel. We have half steps. Now what I mean by half steps is the other Dragon Quest games you press and you would go a full, I guess you would say, tile, right? You see how wide the barrels are, you see how wide I am and how wide the door is. Other ones you would go a full tile like this. This one, there's actually, I guess you call it a bug that Peebs found, where you can actually get soft locked. The cats and other, I guess people would do it too. Anything that walks around a town can do a half step just like we can. So if we manage to half step as they're half stepping in a way that puts us in a corner where I can't get out. So let's say, well, let me just finish searching and I'll explain. I think it's like the first town too. Nothing. Okay. So let's say that was a wall instead of a staircase, right? And I did a half step here. Another character could get, in theory, half step locked here. So I couldn't move up because they're occupying that position. I can still move to the left in this instance. But if I was actually, if there were vases to my left as well, there's a chance that if I somehow become half step stuck, that another moving character does a half step, half step, half step. Their last half step, they lock me into a spot. we're going to use save states as is the custom around here. So hopefully I should be able to show that off later. I think I remember the town that Peeps was in. Ooh, that sounds marvelous. I am glad I'm using headphones. This sounds wonderful. Like for instance, right now, he's on a half step. So I can approach him, but I'm stuck on a half step, I believe. No, I'm not stuck on the half step. I'll try to show it to you as best I can when I encounter it. It's like, that's his full step, right? I should be able to prevent him from... Yeah, he can only turn. But there is a spot later on, which I mentioned, where you can get a cat to soft lock the game. We've already burned up like, what, 45 minutes with an art lesson? Yeah. The Dragon Quest, we're gonna keep checking barrels. The coil of rope is cute too. See, now this is a thing. I half step between these two barrels. Which one did I just check? I don't know either. Possibly the left one? But we wouldn't know unless there was something in one of them. Yeah, dumb. See, it feels like I'm up against, I mean, I am up against the wall, but... So, my half step is... Instead of having 4... of those corners for my sprite, I'm guessing I only have the lower 2, which allows me to get... Because, like, in theory, my sprite's as big as that pot. I know it's a little taller. In theory, I can get closer to the wall than the game would let me if it was a single-step game. And I think that's where the soft lock comes in later, is I can do a half step up, and then another sprite that's standing here attempts to fulfill its full step to here, but because it can't, it locks me against, for instance, this wall, and in that situation, there's either a person or a chair or something, and it locks you in position. And you can't, it soft locks the game. I'm gonna talk to these fellows. Vista, Porta Vista. Cabin over there. Now we just came in through here, so we could try there. Let us jump down this little staircase for... Yeah, so you know, to test this, right, is if our lower 2 quadrants of our sprite's pattern are the ones that actually interact with the game. Right now, if I walk to the left, I'll go down the stairs. If I take a half step up and walk to the left, I go down the stairs. But if I then take a half step down and walk to the left, I should go past the stairs. Okay. And then we could check this with our left and right too. I think we did this with the SFC versions of 1 and 2 too. We had to try to verify which foot was active. Okay, so there's nothing on that side, right? So then it's just the lower, If you were numbering them clockwise starting at 12, it'd be quadrant 3. Lower left quadrant, right? No, because that didn't click either. Okay. So it's not this foot. It's not this foot. But that way it does. That's quirky. I'll have to do some more experimenting with that to really hammer it out. Are these shelves? Do I have to search these? Hello. My cooking is delicious. Your father is quite skilled, isn't he? Okay, cool, yes. Sure. What do we have here? Can I interact with the food? No. Hello. Your father has been traveling all over the world searching for something. I don't know what it is, but he'd better find it soon. But he's raising such a small child by himself without a mother. Your father is amazing. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Gonna take a moment. Sorry. Nope. Oh, come on, buttons. With that many chests, I'm pretty sure they're all gonna be empty. Well, it'd be funny if there was a way to write in the script, like, you get, like, the super endgame sword in the center chest. That'd be funny. And fun. I do not have the key to the treasure chest. I do not have the key to the treasure chest, so I'm gonna assume that's gonna apply to the rest, and it's just gonna keep me from opening any of them. Yeah. I can look at the treasure chest. Yeah. Maybe they left one unlocked, I don't know. Maybe the center one's unlocked. Like the center one, the one I can't actually physically get to. Nope. And that is, in fact, a wall of freight. Okay, so that's all the bottom deck, all the mid deck, and then on the top deck, I don't know the names of places on boats. So is the first deck the bottommost deck, or is the first deck the top deck, or does it take into account, like, could look that up. Door. Oh, someone all the way down here. Hello. Roar. What? I didn't cry. I thought you were an awful sea creature. Oh, thank you. Nothing special. Oh, those look like bookshelves. Nothing special. Bookshelf. Oh, this might be a thing too, because we're a child and we can't read yet, I think. So even if I find a book, it doesn't mean anything? Yeah. Actually, no, you look in charge. Let me talk to you. You and your father are traveling together. Yes. I am the his head just turned, or did his sprite turn? I think his sprite turned. I am the captain of this vessel. Long ago, I received a favor from your father. Boy, from what I heard from your father, you will grow up to be a splendid person. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. I will do my best. Oh. Game took control on me. Oh, we've arrived in port, okay. Didn't even have the chance to say hi to my dad again. Alright, well, it's a good thing I got everything done. There you go. Seems like we've arrived. Okay. I'll wait here, I guess. Oh, chilly in here tonight. Okay. Go get your father and tell him to come up on deck, yes. Back through here. Here. And there he is. So we've arrived in port. It's been about 2 years since we've returned to the village. Since you're still young, Ryuka, you probably don't remember the village. Well then, let's go. Hope you haven't forgotten anything. Well, I mean, we checked everywhere, so... Oh, cool, so we still have control. So that's our cue if we wanted to go double check or hadn't checked anything. That's very nice. That's very kind of the game to not let us accidentally miss something. Albeit the only thing we found at all was a medical herb. Hello, talk to him in. Papas. I guess we could try to talk to the rest of the crew, but I don't... Okay, so I'm not seeing... We'll do it, but I'm not seeing much benefit from talking to the rest of the crew just randomly. These two came up from downstairs, so we don't have to double check them. Okay, so apparently we're all right. What about the chef? Just on the off chance. I see, farewell. It will be lonely, but I'll be alright. And then the lowermost deck is where the two gentlemen were? Yes. Sailors. Those who sail are referred to as sailors. Deckhands? Captain? Kid, it's farewell here, but I won't forget about you. That's very kind. Papas? Did you forget about your thing? Did you search inside the drawer? No. Go back and take a look. Your father will be waiting here. Does he mean the medical herb? Although we are apparently clothed and have medical cypress stick. He must have meant the medical herb. Because that was the room we were in. Yeah, there's nothing new here. Okay. There isn't anything new. So I guess then, no, I did not forget my thing. I still have my thing. It's in my pocket. It's a medicinal herb. Yes. Captain, I'm extremely indebted to you. Please take care of yourself. Off we go. Damn it, more barrels. Oh, that's fun. Why would a sailing ship, though, have a steamship horn? Okay, off we go. Fishes. Papas? Can that be Papas? You've returned safely. Ha 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 ha. You actually thought the Papas would shrivel up and die so easily. Ryuka, your father has to talk with this person, so you should go play around here. Don't go wandering off too far. Now, I want to say... that it's not even worth it to try to go outside and fight, because like at this point we're like a very tiny child, and even sneezing in the way of a slime and it'll kill you. I don't think we can sneak. Oh, we can't sneak off anyway. The barrels are strategically placed. Oh no, there's a door right here. I'm an idiot. If I had eyes in my head, games would be much easier for me. The doorway. There is no door. There's not a door. There is no has become such common parlance, and it technically works, but it sounds very uneducated, and I don't like it. There isn't a would be better. Ooh. Jesus. Nope. Oh no. Is this a you have to... I want to run. I didn't mean to get killed. I just want to... Oh no, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, well, we searched everything at least. Although I can't, because we didn't know, because we couldn't have save stated or anything. We don't really know whether or not there's a way that we could have spoken to Papas before we leave, kind of like we just did with the boat. It's probably a scripted thing where it's like, if you go to Papas before he's done with his conversation, he'll say, I'm still in the middle of my conversation, go do something else, which drives you to leave the area, and then this is actually what's supposed to happen. I could be wrong. It's a theory. It's a guess. We didn't check. We had no way to check, because suddenly I figured I could get one square out of town without getting assassinated. Obviously, I was wrong. Now, I can't do anything. I have a cypress stick, so... I don't know, maybe the weasel? So we have a strength stat and an HP stat. MP by 3, 29 gold. There was nothing to find in that fishing town anyway. We probably could have sped things up by just leaving. Could that be Papas? It's been 2 years since you left the village. Where have you been? Anyways, welcome back. Oh, this can't wait. I must inform everyone. Papas, you're alive. Why is everyone thinking we're dead? Or he's dead. Is that child from back then? You've gotten so big. Hello, I am a child. This is a cat. It is a child. Papas, please come to my bar at night. Everyone must hear the stories of your travels. Hey, Papas, you finally returned. You weren't here to fight with, so I was pretty lonely. A sparring partner, I guess? After you've settled back in, I want to hear all your stories. You're bound to have a ton of them. Yeah, that's the second time it's done that. I wonder if there's dialogue that's, like, missing or something. Wow, it's really Papas? Welcome back. Unless it's an unnamed character response? I don't know. Papas, since you've been gone, everyone has started rumors about you. That's nice. Is that you, Papas? You've returned safely. Certainly God was protecting you and your son. Oh, let me dispense with the formalities. Yay, Papa. Oh, that's cute. Yay, Papas, you're back. I'm so happy. Yeah, alright. And she did a little hop. It was cute. Sancho, sir, welcome back. I have been awaiting your return for some time now. Please come inside. Uncle, welcome back. Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, for those of you that may already know the game, I'm hoping that this is one of those things where it's like a family friend and you just call them Uncle, if you've ever encountered something like that. Because if Bianca, one of Bianca's parents is a sibling of Papas, then if you marry Bianca later in the game, that's a first cousin marriage, which is actually legal everywhere, I think, except the US. But it's a little squidgy. But I do believe, now that I think about it, that it's just a familial term, not necessarily a direct correlation. And it could be a translation thing, too. Who is this girl? This is my daughter, Papas. What? Oh, the lady that came down the stairs, okay. Oh, you must be Duncan's wife. You live in the neighboring town. She came to this village to pick up some medicine for her husband and stopped in to say hello. Let's let the grown-ups talk. It's been a while, so won't you come upstairs with me? Oh my. Sure. Let's go. Off we go. I'm Bianca. Do you remember me? We'll go with the nice answer and say yes. I'm assuming it's the nice answer. Really? I'm 8 years old, so that means I'm 2 years older than you. Hey, do you want me to read a book? Read you a book. Hey, wait here. There. You want me to read you a book? Would you like me to read a book to you? And then wait a moment. Yeah. Okay. So that means, because 2 years have passed and we're 6 and she's 8, so she was 6 when we left town. We were 4 when we left town. Interesting. A book. Let me read it. In the sky, there's a PQ. This is hard, there's too many big words. Mother reappears and says, Bianca, we are returning to the inn soon. Bianca replies, coming, Mama. Puts the book back and returns down the stairs. And I guess we're just, yeah, we're free to move. Okay. Usually exploring a town takes time. How do I feel about it? It's already 4:52. Yeah, it's like an hour and 5-minute stream. It's a good start into the game, I think. I'll hold it at this very tile. I won't move at all. And I won't move from this chair for about 22 hours, and we'll pick this up again tomorrow.